Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and our guest today is Dontell Antonio. He's a filmmaker, and you will not want to miss this episode.
Welcome to Your Mark on the World, bringing you another changemaker with champion of social good, Devin D. Thorpe.
Dontell, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. Dontell, we're thrilled to have you. Tell us a little bit about the film that you've recently completed.
I just done a film called The Hopeless Journey, which is a film that talks about a lot of things that's going on in society today that a lot of people are scared to talk about, which is, of course, sex trafficking, drug abuse, suicide, drug addiction, and generational curse.
It's heavy stuff. What made you interested in all those things?
My personal upbringing. Of course, I'm a kid from Chicago that chose to, instead of being a product of my environment, let my environment be a product of me. So people that, grow up in, kind of hard circumstances still know that it's possible that you can make it out, and you just got to keep succeeding and keep striving.
Yeah, it's really important takeaways. Is the story that you tell in this movie, is this The Hopeless Journey, is that autobiographical? Have you drawn from life experience for this film, or is it wholly fictional?
No, a lot of stuff was drawn for stuff I actually seen. Like actually my mother, I was kind of like the main character, but it's not really my life. I just wrote a full book. So that'll come out 2018, and that'll actually talk about my life, and then I'll go and do a feature film on that. But this was just stuff I seen that my mother kind of went through, and that I think that today in this generation we needed to talk about.
These are heavy conversations. Do you think the film will help start a conversation around these topics?
Correct. So we did like three screenings. Each screening probably held like a few hundred, like 300 to 400 people. Everybody, like let's see, out of 400 people, I'd say 350 people cried.
Wow.
And then after each thing, it's a conversational piece. So everybody say, oh, once we get done watching it, we have a conversation 2 to 3 hours long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us about those conversations.
It's just thought, like most people don't understand how serious these topics are. Like even let's say suicide. You don't understand that depression leads to suicide. You don't understand that a lot of these youth is scared to talk to people, and they have no one to talk to. So they're in a corner, so they think the best way to, to deal with it is drugs or actually killing themselves. And, and that's another thing. And then sex trafficking, that people don't understand that a lot of our young women and young men as well are stuck in this sex trafficking world. And it's like, wow, nobody's speaking up about it. And social media itself making it okay. Like you go on social media, probably not your social media, but you go on there, you see women half naked just to get more likes and more shares. And it's crazy.
What's your connection to, what was your exposure to sex trafficking? How does that work?
It's really just, it was like, it's okay. Like people making it seem okay. And it's like, wow, women now with social media, it's like, wow, they're throwing their cell phone in and everybody liking it and thinking it's okay. But then also going back to the point where I like, wow, when I was young, I seen my mother selling herself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, you inside of our own household, my mother was addicted, she was addicted to crack cocaine. She been clean for the last, I think 8-9 years. So she's been clean, but just growing up in that environment made it hard for everybody.
How has being clean changed her life?
Oh, she got 2 degrees now. I got another little baby sister that's 10. My mother is, trying to be an entrepreneur. So it's different now. It's like now she can think, and then she got a son like me that's pushing her to go harder and see what the world has to offer her.
Now you're 26, right, Dontell?
Yeah, I just turned 27.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. So how do you think your life experience can help the next generation of kids coming up?
I think me just speaking on it, building awareness and actually showing people and giving them a platform to actually see I think it's going to like, hey, man, I could do that too. You know, it don't matter what my background is, what my race is, where I come from, or nothing. I still can be successful, and I can push the world into another, to another dimension. And that's what I think me personally, I'm going to bring to the table, especially with film, which is one of the biggest platforms throughout.
Very powerful, very powerful. Yeah. How did you raise the money to make the film?
All right, so at first I started to do Kickstarter, which was last year, and I failed Kickstarter, and I actually got discouraged. So then, like January, I don't know if you watched the movie Fences with Denzel Washington.
Sure.
So I went there and I got inspired. So when I got inspired, I had a couple of dollars. I had some money saved up in my savings, and then I started shooting a lot of more music videos. And then I ended up raising the money. I ended up spending almost kind of $80,000. I spent almost $80,000 to do this, and this is a short film, but it's shot like a feature film, so it's like almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Looks beautiful for the previews I've seen. It's I look forward to watching the whole thing. So,
so what I was gonna say what I did is I went to Hollywood and I got the same colorists who did Fences, who did The Revenant, who did Split, Hunger Games, Godzilla, and all the Marvel movies.
Excellent. So obviously that gives an important texture or feel to a movie, right? To the color. Yeah.
Correct.
So you've been remarkably successful for such a young person. So tell us a little bit about how you've been so successful.
Just knowing that I don't want to go back to my past or to my growing up. So it's like, wow. And I want to have generational wealth. So that's the key. And by me striving that and understand that I am the sacrifice for my family. So I'm going to sacrifice everything for the generations to come. That's how, because it's like, I don't have no bars, no limits. So if I have an idea, I'm going to try to do it and bring it to life, fruition.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, Dontell, you're obviously a role model to a lot of people. As a filmmaker, you have a lot of influence. But who inspires you? Who's your role model?
Actually, my mentor. So my mentor kind of saved my life at 15. His name is Edwin Rogers, and that's actually who I call my father. And that's he's an entertainment lawyer, so of course he taught me the business. Growing up, and and every venture that I try to do, he's the person. Okay, well, we should do it this way, do something similar to this, so we're making sure we're on the right guidelines. So that's my biggest role model.
Now, that's tremendous. And why do you care about these social issues? And I understand why they're important and why we should all care, but you've really devoted yourself to telling a story and making a difference. Why did you feel so personally responsible to do something about this?
I just personally think that it's my calling, and I think all the trials and tribulations I went through gave me the strength to be able to talk about it. And I'm fearless. Most people, some people scared to talk, and I'm not scared to talk, and I'm not scared to push the envelope. I don't see no box exists. Some people stuck in a box that they think is there. I think it don't exist. And I just think it's my calling, and I actually enjoy it,
Well, fantastic. Well, Dontell, I really appreciate you taking the time. So one last key question for you, Dontell. What is your superpower?
My superpower will be my voice. Because
outstanding.
With that, I can do anything.
Yeah, for sure. Excellent. Well, Dontell, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for taking the time. Before you go, take a minute, tell people how they can find the film, how they can watch it, how they can learn more about you, learn more about the film, how they can connect with you. Just lay it all down for us.
Okay, so if you guys want to check out the film, you can go to thehopelessjourney.com. And then you can stream the film. Right now, we're gearing up for film festivals. So all 2018, we'll be in all the film festivals. Well, most of them. Some of them we didn't get accepted to it. I was kind of sad. But so go to thehopelessjourney.com and you can rent it. We'll stream it for $2.99. And what we're doing is we're trying to raise amount. Once we get 1 million streams, we'll give away $250,000 to different charities that deal with sex trafficking, AIDS and HIV prevention, and also suicide awareness. And you can follow me on social media at Dontell, Dontell Antonio, on all social media platform. And same thing with The Hopeless Journey. Go to The Hopeless Journey on all platforms. And yeah, follow us and support us, and let your voice be heard as well.
Fantastic. Well, Dontell, thank you so much for being with us. We wish you every success in this, making this movie a huge hit and making a real difference in the world.
No, thank you for having me on your platform.
All righty. Let's do some
All right.
good.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was recorded via Google Hangouts on Air and is available at youtube.com/Devin Thorpe. Subscribe to this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes by searching for Your Mark on the World. Every weekday, Devin hosts a CEO, celebrity, entrepreneur, or other changemaker here on the Your Mark on the World show to inspire and prepare you to make your mark. Devin is a champion of social good, writing about, advocating for, and advising people who are doing good. He is a Forbes contributor who is a recognized thought leader in social entrepreneurship, impact investing, and crowdfunding. To book Devin as a speaker, visit devinthorpe.com. Learn more about Devin's work at yourmarkontheworld.com.